This is group 6, and this is meeting number 3. And I'm Matthew Jansen.
I'm Van.
I'm Neil. I'm Johnny.
I don't think I heard you, Neil. What?
I'm Neil.
Okay.
I'm Neil. Alright. So
Okay,
first thing we're going to go over is everyone okay with the norm contracts that we have set up right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
normal
think-
contract.
Everything's good with norm contracts?
So today we're gonna go over the core values of each individual person. So do you guys want to share yours? Start with you.
Alright, I'll start, yeah.
Okay.
For my core values, the most important ones to me included challenge, creativity, inner harmony, and trustworthiness. Challenge was an important core value to me because being able to face and solve a difficult task helps build your confidence and increase potential. Challenges can help really anyone overcome an obstacle they did not think they could overcome. For example, starting a 5-page paper that is due in less than a day sounds like an impossible challenge and one that I would not recommend doing ever again, but being able to complete that and still receive an A is a huge confidence booster. I also say creativity is another important core value to me because as a marketing major, being creative is essentially what I must do for my career. Creativity influenced me to be a marketing major because being creative is the key to marketing, and I thought that developing new ideas by expanding your imagination was something I believe I could be good at. Another core value that is highly significant to me is inner harmony. Inner harmony has made me realize who I truly am and what I truly value. And lastly, trustworthiness is another important core value to me because trust is really involved in everything in life. And Rutgers accepted me as their business school because they trust that I will do my best to succeed. And I am here at Rutgers because I trust that they will guide me in the right direction. So trust is a major factor in my life that has essentially put me in the position I am in today. What about you, Neil?
The most important core value for me would be achievement, and the main reason is I feel like when you achieve something big, I feel like it unlocks a certain part of your future self, and it develops you that way because if you do something big, you get this sudden boost of confidence, and you're like, holy crap, I just did that. You feel like you're on top of the world, and through that, you just start just trying more things, and it slowly builds you up over the years, and one or two achievements might not really make a noticeable difference, but after a few years, you'll look back and you'll realize holy crap, I've changed a lot in these past few years. So that's definitely the biggest one for me. And then I have another core value, personal development. This one goes in hand with achievement, but personal development, you have to build yourself up no matter what you do, because at the end of the day, that's the only thing you have. Even if you have money or whatever, material things, they're nice, but they're not
Basically, if you ever lose it all one day, the skills that you have gained throughout the years will allow you to regain what you have lost.
Yeah, essentially. So that's
a
pretty big. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Yeah.
Okay. The most important core value I think will be responsibility, because I think being responsible means that one person can trust by another one, because we are accountable for our own behavior. And although the result is success or failure, we still take the responsibility for our actions without blaming on other. And I believe that being responsible play important role in the long-term success, especially in the leadership positions, because I am playing a leadership role in the next 2 weeks. So I think that being responsibility is really important. I realized responsibility have me determine my goal and become a trustworthy person that people can rely on. And another core value that I think really important too is justice. Because I believe that everyone deserves to be treated equally as long as we are doing the right thing. And favor one that order may result the conflict among the team, and without justice, the team member cannot respect the leader. Like, for example, if I if I give Matthew more tasks than you guys gonna conflict and complain to me. So I think that without justice, the team member will not respect the leader. That will impact on the performance of the team. And I personally believe in justice, and I know sometimes it's not always right or wrong, black or white, but as long as we do the right thing, things will automatically fall in place. How about you, Matthew?
Wonderful. I'll read it right off of what I wrote. The first value that is important to me is challenge, just like Johnny said. I believe that challenge is important because not every task in life is going to be easy. If you can complete the most difficult of tasks, then the easy task will be a walk in the park. Challenging decisions have allowed me to act on moment's notice while keeping me on my feet. I don't like to sit around and do easy work. Challenging tasks allow me to show leadership and commitment. Many people try to opt out of hard tasks by either giving up or quitting. I don't like to do either of those. Challenging tasks bring out the best of my abilities. They allow me to handle situations that are complex and demanding. I would rather work towards a task for a long period of time that demands my full attention rather than something that is inconsistent. Challenging tasks also allows me to stay patient with challenging people. Sometimes an easy task can be challenging due to other people. I'd rather fix a mistake that someone has made rather than leave it be. I like the work to be completed regardless of dead time. And now that I realize I'm probably not just going to read off of the slides. I'll read off of my PowerPoint because it's kind of tedious. But yeah, two more values are honesty and trust, because I think honesty shows that, definitely with staying consistent, if you found out you're a liar, then people are going to know you as a liar. So, and I've seen people in my day, consistent liars, they lie all the time regardless of what they say. And, it could be the smallest of lies to the biggest of lies, from someone dying to saying oh, I couldn't do my work because of something or something else. And trusting someone, it's hard to come by nowadays because you can't just trust anybody, with your information. And my laptop just died, so I'll just go off from there. But yeah, I think family is very important as well, because those are the people in your life that have always pushed you to do things. At the end of the day, yeah, you're gonna have some friends that are gonna be there some days and other days they're not, and it's because they're living their own life. But the saying is, blood is thicker than water. So they're gonna be there in times to pat you on the back when you're sad or cheer you on when you're doing well. So
yeah, I agree with you that family is important too, because I think family is the place that we can share our thought or ask for opinion whenever we can make the decisions. So I think it helped me myself strengthen my spirit in life.
And especially since your family, they should be the people you trust the most. Sometimes there's hard times within your family, so it gives you life lessons. You're not always gonna have a great conversation with your family, or things aren't always gonna go your way. Someone might fight within your family, but then, hopefully you realize that there are gonna be times in life where things aren't gonna go your way. And you're almost going to be prepared for that, because the people that loved you the most, you went through that situation with them. So someone that doesn't even love you, you're going to be able to take it like a piece of cake. So yeah, I think core values are definitely good to have, and I think we should definitely analyze them all the time. And I'm sure throughout our lives they're going to change. And I'm sure another one that I said was inner harmony, because you could have everything in the world, but you can't still be happy with yourself. Some people, they're like, oh, I want a Mercedes-Benz one day, or I want an Audi. But, if you never get it, you could still be happy with your life. And, you can still be happy with your life. And, you just have to know what you're doing. There's consequences to everything you do. Since you're in business, you look at ethics, there's people in other countries dying at the expense of us making money. So, yeah, you're making $100,000 a year and you're happy, but are you really happy because how the world's actually going? So.
And I think it's good to get to know you guys a little bit deeper.
Childhood.
right in the challenge.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's definitely better. Like throughout time, we're gonna get to know each other better and better, and like whether we ever see each other again after this or we don't. I mean, I'm sure we're definitely gonna, be focused and thriving. But I think these group opportunities allow us, like, for people that are more shy, to open up and make friends within the business school.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think, like, we have how many days that you guys think we should have the meeting for each week before the exam?
Wait, for the exam or just in general?
For the exam,
For the exam.
specifically, then in general.
Okay. For the exam's like next Thursday, so we have 8 days counting like today to prep for it. I don't know, like I've been keeping up with the readings, so I feel like we could meet up sometime over the weekend, and then just have like a session where we just like review everything.
Go all out.
Yeah, and then I feel like we would just need like 1 or 2 extra sessions over the
Yeah.
weekend, and they could even be like over Skype, just because we won't be like physically writing anything down. We'll just be like essentially like lecturing the group on like what we read, and then so yeah.
I feel like we should definitely get that whole like the worksheet he gave us, the study hall. But we should definitely get that done soon because it's due the exam's next Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want to come to our meeting Wednesday just getting together with
know.
all of our
Yeah.
information.
I don't think.
And then share it on group.
Oh yeah.
We could
Doc.
share it on group docs.
Yeah, Google Group Talk. By the time we're done with this, they're gonna consider the new name. But yeah, I like that idea too because definitely like printing out the slides or bringing the slides up and reevaluating them because there's obviously a lot of different types of learn, like copying from the slides and then audio learning. So that's definitely a good idea. And then maybe like even if we can't all meet up together, I think it's still a good idea to be like, go to the group chat and say like, hey, is anybody available right now? Does anybody want to like go over slides? Because it helps you focus on what you study because sometimes when you're studying by yourself, you're like, oh, I got my phone, like look at Facebook real quick or look at Twitter real quick or whatever you want to look at, and then you're not focused. And you're like, all right, let me go back to studying. But if you're with someone, it's like consistent staying at it. Like you have both of each other or everybody to motivate each other to say like, hey, don't go on your phone because we're actually trying to get a good grade because to learn these valuable lessons for management skills.
Funny that you mentioned that. For me, it's like motivation at the end, but like it's more of like guilt because I'm like, holy crap, like this guy put in the time to like help me study and stuff. So like if I go on my phone, it's just mad like disrespectful.
Without
So,
a doubt, yeah.
Yeah, rather than it being like
Concentrate.
concentration, it's like guilt for me. But yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, everybody has their own study methods, but
Yeah.
I'm sure like studying together will, even if we ever decide to become professors one day, like, it's practice, even public speaking, it helps you become, more comfortable in front of people regardless if you know them or not.
Yeah.
Because without a doubt, when, you get into like corporate workspace or even retail, whatever you might do, like on the floor, you're gonna have to talk to people and people are gonna want to hear answers whether you have public speaking skills or not. So, you can know financials, you can know, how a company runs and their morals and values and their mission statements. But if you can't talk to someone, then they're not going to want to do business with you.
Yeah.
Whether it's marketing, supply chain,
Definitely.
business administration.
Yeah.
You have to be able, you have to have those skills because if you can't, I mean, yeah, you might not be in the sales department, but if you are in another department, you can sell part of the company to someone. Not like I'm not saying sell equity, but like sell your service or good. It's going to make you and the company look better.
Do you guys want to talk about the company?
Wait, also, one more thing. Wait, so do you guys think it's like we're meeting up enough, like once a week for like 2-3 hours Wednesday? Like this is this is just in general.
Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like when we close to the exam, we can meet up like twice a week.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah, I would say twice definitely. You
Yeah,
can
twice a week.
get 2 study groups.
But in general, once I think is good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we do have that time space. We have like, I think, what is it, 3:30 to 5:30 or 6 or whatever it is,
Yeah.
which doesn't conflict with any of our schedules. But
And
you know, I think that gives
after
us
none of
optimal time.
And after that, none of us really have any other classes, right? You don't have any classes, or you have one.
I have
Even if she does, like, if we do want to like discuss something else and then fill her in after that, I don't think it's that big
Yeah.
of a deal. But I think we have optimal time every week,
Yeah.
and we usually do finish a little early.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
but we do motivate each other to stay around. Like, say, like, you need help with, you know, this class or that class. Maybe we could put our 2 cents in, and then
Or the any of the assignments coming up in this class.
without a doubt, yeah.
Okay. So, next thing.
So now we can move on to our
Projects.
company problems that we're working on right now.
Okay, so you want me to give you a recap about
Yeah.
the company
Yes.
issues? Okay, so we're doing ShopRite of Edison, like everybody knows, and our problem is the correlation between the employees' knowledge of the unions they're in and their worth ethics / how hard they're working. So I confronted like 2 employees from each, well, not each department, but a department from each union, and I asked them if, you know, the knowledge they know about the union. You know, 1 new member of the union, or fairly new, and 1 member that's been in there for a long time. And, you know, it was surprising. Some people that have been there for a long time still didn't know a lot of this stuff, which surprised me. You know, it was kind of an outlier, but, you know, you would think if you were in a company for more than 4 years, then you would know a lot about that company. But,
Yeah.
and, you know, I didn't bring up to the managers how I spoke to them, but, yeah, the managers are going to speak on behalf, and I guess they're going to analyze them every day, or, you know, a couple days a week, and see if, you know, their productivity has increased. And if their productivity has increased, then maybe they can, you know, shorten shifts or, you know, employ less people. But, you know, when I did talk to them, they said the problem with that is, like, employing less people is if there's a call out, or, you know, if certain days, like, more people order something, or so on and so forth. So
And then, so when you emailed the employees, most of them said that they don't know like any of the benefits they get from the union.
well, not through the email, through the survey, but
Survey.
yeah, no, it's fine. I'm sure it was a mistake. But
You know where is the problem came from?
the problem of how much they work. Well, that's what right now we're trying to see if the correlation actually exists. If not, then it might be another problem. Maybe they aren't working hard enough because their wage is too low, or maybe because their managers aren't even motivating them, or they find no growth within the company. So that's another option we can go after getting the results in from this week, the week after that, saying, hey, let's go back to the employees, because clearly there's a different issue other than the union. Like, maybe, you know, they find no growth within that company. They think that it's just a short-time job, it's just temporary, when there are options. You know, if you're a young adult who's going to college and, you know, you're gaining your skills, who's to say you're not going to be the next leader for that company for the next 10, 15 years, or, you know? But that's not the case with everybody. Everybody doesn't go to college, but I'm sure there's still growth within a company whether you go to college or not. I mean, of course, if you get your degree, then you're going to have more opportunities, regardless if it's the company you're working in right now or a company within the future. But, you know, maybe that's another way we could approach it, saying, like, do you feel as though, since you're not going to college, or, you know, you're not going towards your degree, that you don't feel motivated? Do you feel like, you know, there's a lot of different factors, but I feel like the problem we're looking at right now with the union is a big problem.
Okay.
So, I mean, what do you guys think about it?
So like my analysis from like what we found out last week was, okay, so the employees don't know all of their benefits. So, okay, so the union / ShopRite are giving the employees a wage and benefits, but the employees are only recognizing the wage and not the benefits. So we believe that if we make the employees aware of their benefits, they'll realize that their job is slightly more valuable and they're getting a little more out of it. So we're
Than like
hoping that
than like the regular minimum wage job,
Yeah.
basically.
So we're hoping that if we can, you know, let them know that they have a little more benefits, then hopefully they realize they value their jobs more, and that increases their productivity because they realize, you know, hey,
It's a place to stay for the long run, because a lot of people don't even give partial benefits or
Yeah.
full-time benefits
Yeah.
anymore. But
That's a
Yeah,
really good
and
way to solve
another way we could look at it is maybe, you know, I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't tell us, but you know, just for our own knowledge, like maybe they're not telling their employees because if they don't use their benefits, then someone, you know, who knows who's saving money, whether it's the store managers or the corporation in full or, you know, the union in general, like.
Yeah.
And you know, another big thing would be is if we, you know, if we find out, you know, maybe it's not a correlation and we have to dig a little deeper, maybe we have to go to the union, to the building, and talk to those people because clearly, you know, maybe that's the issue. You know, if we start confronting the people that aren't doing their jobs correctly,
Yeah, but
there's only so much a manager can do. And union, when I was talking to some of the managers, you know, union rep, not all union representatives work in the store. I think only one out of all the departments. And everybody I talked to, they never talked to them once, whether they worked there for 3 months to 6 years.
They just don't even go.
And some of them who worked there for many years, they don't even know their names. So,
So do you think like they got paid without doing their job?
Pretty much.
without a
Yeah.
doubt, yeah, and that's a big problem if you ask me. Like someone getting paid, possibly, you know, for, you know, who knows how long these people work in the company. Maybe they worked for this company 20 years and they started off